Good morning. Welcome to all of you to the legislative day put on by the Center of Nursing. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. I'm Cheryl Rising. I'm a family nurse practitioner in the Bismarck, North Dakota area. I got involved with policy when we identified issues that needed to change and to help the profession of nursing. I found it interesting and I found it exciting. I have worked in a variety of settings, and in 1996, I obtained my family nurse practitioner. In 2006, there were 3 of us nurse practitioners that were sitting around a table at a pharmacology conference that had been put on by the North Dakota Nurses Association. We were discussing the need to improve communication among nurse practitioners in North Dakota. Out of this conversation developed our North Dakota Nurse Practitioner organization. We started with 3 members and now have over 600 members just from a conversation around a table. One area of concern we identified was with the Medicaid patients. Nurse practitioners were unable to be primary providers with this type of a patient. What happened, therefore, was that Medicare patients we could not refer to have a consult or to be seen for a referral, such as a patient needing a tonsillectomy or a patient needing a lumpectomy for breast cancer. We would have to send them to another provider who didn't know the patient to get the referral approved. This increased healthcare dollars and also delayed care. We tried many avenues to get this changed and met roadblocks each time. That led us to needing a change in the law. We communicated our concern with a senator that we were familiar with, Senator Lee from West Fargo. She agreed to carry the bill that we put together and also felt that this was a real issue in North Dakota. That was our first step, being able to find someone that would support our issue. Then the group hired a lobbyist. The lobbyist helped us to develop testimony and guide us through the process. The lobbyist did not testify for us. We did our own testifying. The session started in January of 2009. Our bill was Senate Bill 2158. Because Senator Lee was the lead legislator on the bill, this issue is normally heard in the Human Services Committee, and it went to the Senate side first. Prior to us testifying in this committee, we educated every single one of the people that sat on that committee about the issue, contacted them, answered their questions, and if they had further concerns, we had the nurse practitioners in their districts contact them. The testimony was heard on January 20th of 2009. We had 4 nurse practitioners come in and testify. I presented the summary on why we were bringing this issue to their committee and why this was a concern to North Dakota. Then the other nurse practitioners brought in, discussed cases that had had delay of care. We discussed barriers to care in North Dakota, and also brought in testimony on research that supported nurse practitioners being primary providers for patients in North Dakota, and especially Medicaid patients, because this was the area we were concerned with. The committee did vote, and it came out of committee do pass. This is important because the Senate then, when it goes to the Senate floor, they look at the committee and what their recommendation is. However, we contacted every senator in the Senate chambers, talked to them, educated them on our issue. It was important that they understood what the effects were to North Dakota and in their districts. It went to the floor and the Senate did pass. Now, we were successful on the Senate side, so it's going to go to the House of Representatives side. If it had failed, the bill would be killed and it would not proceed. Now, we start the whole process over again. So it's going to go to the House Human Services Committee, and we again educated every single one of the committee members, answered their questions, had the nurse practitioners in their district contact them, and it did come out of committee, do pass. It then went to the House floor for a vote, And that took a couple of weeks before it came to a vote. We educated every single one of the House the House legislators, so that when they heard the bill on the floor, that they would understand what the issue was. And again, we had nurse practitioners contact them if they had any questions. It went to the floor and it was passed. Now, we had passed both the Senate and the House. The bill now proceeded to the governor signed it, and our bill became law in August with other bills that were passed during that session. This has been a wonderful experience and educational for all of us. I hope that you will find this information so that it will help you become involved with policy and interested in change in the state. I hope this helps you understand things. I encourage you to identify issues in practice and other areas. Identify the issue, investigate it, collect information, and go forward. You are the future. You are the ones that are going to change the future.